Hi traders, good morning. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. We have a new update on these two currency pairs. Let's take a look. First of all, with the euro dollar. So we were discussing on Monday that this strong push lower should be a wave 3. I'm talking about this one right here. Let me use my drawing tool, this as a wave 3 because it's very impulsive. You can see that, of course, price action is closing near the lows, very strong, large sized candles, very dominant push lower, very impulsive price swing that clearly is pushing away from the 21 EMA and also makes the angle of the 20 EMA very bearish. So that's why that's probably a wave 3. And we are expecting a correction for wave 4. Now, waves 4 are typically shallow and choppy as well. So they're going to be lengthy in their behavior. And that's what happened, as you can see. Price was going more or less sideways. If you compare the angle here to this, of course, you can see that that is a different kind of character. It's a corrective character. There were some impulsive parts, bits and pieces here, but all in all, of course, the difference is there. And if we put a fib on that wave 3, you can see that price respected the 38.2 fib and the 50 fib, ultimately, and the 144 EMA. So that is the last kind of spot we expect wave 4 to stop. If we would break above that, let's say would have broken above this trend line or this resistance and the 144 EMA, then we would be starting to become suspicious whether that is really a wave 4 and not a wave C perhaps, and we're in a bullish breakout. That hasn't happened yet, nor does it look like it will happen. For the moment, it looks more like it's threatening the support trend line, and a bearish breakout seems likely. I think that considering this strong momentum here, followed by the correction, a breakout is now quite likely. You know, if we add all the pieces of the puzzle together, the momentum, the correction, the momentum, the correction, break, the second break here would look good to me, and a high probability chance, nothing is 100%, but a high probability chance that price will go lower towards the targets here at with 4 and minus 272 target, and with 5 and the minus 61.8 target, and perhaps even with 6 and the minus 100 target there, all the way down to 120. Zoom out to the 4-hour chart. It's a question whether, or even the 1-hour chart actually, it's a question if this is wave 1, 2, and another wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could complete a 1, 2, 3 with a 5 and 3, another 4, and then perhaps another 5 as we expand this this potential wave 3 here. And it could be a wave 3 of 3 of 3 from that point of view, because this is a wave 1, 2, wave 1, 2, wave 1, 2. So if this is a breakout, it might be impulsive, let's see. But for it to be a wave 3 of 3, it was certainly to break this support trend line at the bottom of this channel. That's, you know, that was the alternative. Last Monday we said that if it breaks, of course, above these moving averages, it might be still in a bull flag. But if it breaks through this, I would say 120.80, 120.60 zone, and heads towards with 6, and then a flag, and then continues lower, in that case, price is starting to break below this channel, and then there's a higher chance of a wave 3. We're not certain about that yet. We need that confirmation of the break below the channel, because if it is a wave 3, it should easily break through that. If it doesn't break through that easily, then something else might be going on. In that case, I'm leaning towards an A, B, C pattern, and if it respects, you know, this zone right here, it's probably ABC. Or if it, apologies, if it breaks that zone, but you have a close in reverse and price flies back very quickly into the channel, then it's also probably an ABC pattern rather than a 1, 2, 3. So what we need is not only a break, but a flag in continuation to increase the chance of a 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, it's an ABC. But in any case, in both cases, we're expecting a break at least to 120.75, I would say, if not further. Okay, but the target depends if it's an ABC or 1, 2, 3. The breakout, though, to me, looks like a high probability setup, but of course, nothing is 100%, as I said. Now, the pound USD, let's see. I was talking about it, I think somewhere in here, it was retracing. No, let me double check that. I don't want to misspeak, but it was actually, yeah, it was indeed somewhere around here, correct. And to me, if I remember correctly, a continuation lower did seem likely to me, but I need to double check. Hang on, folks. I did think that a break below this support trend line I think was needed. In any case, price made a retracement and bounced at the 144 EMA, then broke through the support trend line for another push lower. Oh, I remember now. I was looking for a breakout or a bounce. So of course we didn't get the bounce at resistance. Price didn't move up that much. Or I was looking for a break lower. Or I even said there was maybe a small intraday trade up to that resistance. So that small intraday trade didn't. If anyone traded that wouldn't work out because obviously, well, a little bit, but it didn't go too far before it hit the 144 EMA. So that would have failed. If you waited for the break of the 144 EMA, then that trade was avoided. The breakout worked out pretty well because the breakout candle, either with the fractals, there's 60 pip space or more, and then with the breakout candle, which is this candle, there's 50 pip space, so that's plenty. Yeah, and well, then we got to bounce up at close to 140 basically, and it looks like it's making a bullish momentum at this point. The overall structure is a little bit complicated, I think, to be honest, because price is trying to push through the support, but the breakout was a wick, so that doesn't really look good as a breakout to me at all. So you can see also that it's moving up after that. Now it's testing the 21 EMA high in the tops. And it's a decision zone, bounce or break. If it pushes through these fractals, it looks more like a breakout, to be honest. If it bounces, if it fails, and it goes like this, then it might be more of a bouncing spot area. But I would personally rather wait to let time decide a little bit. I mean, if we get a break within the next 4 hours in London session, I think there's a fair chance of a push up, at least towards the resistance like that. If it fails, if it goes sideways like that, then it looks more like a bouncing spot to at least retest the bottom of the channel around 140.75. There's not a lot of space there. But if we break that, it could go further, of course. I don't really like it. There's not a lot of space here on the pound to trade or maneuver in both ways. But yeah, breakout and bounce, or bounce and then perhaps breakout. That seems to be the things to think about. All right, that wraps it up for now. Thanks, and see you next week. Cheers.